2. So first, you got to know just the basics. This part, so this means y equals the rise over the run is 1 over 1 x. So just put these here intentionally so you knew that if it's just x, that means it's 1x, which is 1 over 1. Start at -4, so it's up 1 over 1. It's a positive slope, so you know it's going to be going up. So use the straight edge. Now here's the thing. The answer is where they intersect. So if you don't use a straight edge, they may not intersect where they're supposed to. So using a ruler is actually very necessary here. Here we have a negative x, which is the same as -1 over 1, x minus 2. We start at -2, down 1, right 1, and there's the intersection. See that? There. Still use your straight edge. Draw your line all the way through the graph entirely. And then label the point. Now, what coordinate is this?
1 and -3.
There's -3 and a 1. What's the coordinate?
1.
1 common -3. And if we want to verify that's the answer, you can see later, does -3 equal 1 minus 4? Bunch of 1 and -3 in. Right? Yeah, it does. And the second one, does -3 equal -1 minus 2? Yes, it does. So these problems, you know whether your answer is right or wrong before you hit enter on your Khan Academy assignment, which is really important. We haven't gone into it yet, but when you do this on Khan Academy, you only have to do 5 in a row correct. 5. However, if you get it wrong, it gives you like 2 more to do. So if you're quick to say, oh, this is the answer, oh, I got it wrong. If you're not concerned about accuracy, because some people just like, well, I put an answer, so I'm done. It's not going to say you're done until you actually do 5 in a row. Okay? And if you keep getting it wrong, it's going to make you do like 7 in a row. Make sure you really know it. So if your first approach is to guess, that really frustrates a lot of people because they don't quite understand how it works. If you guess and guess and guess, you might have to end up doing 20 of these to be done. The person that goes slow in the beginning, they check both of them for the first 5 so they know it's wrong and they don't hit enter and they fix it and they keep on working until it's right. Then they hit enter, they only have 4 more to go. So it's about you actually showing you can do it correctly. Everybody will get different questions. So you have to be able to do it on your own. It's not like you can, number 1 is going to be the same for everybody because everybody random questions. So it's really about what you can do by yourself and only that. So that's what that represents. Let's go down. Reminder how to solve for y. So I'm going to rewrite this over here. I wrote over here because I have room to below. So each of these I'm probably going to end up solving for y, so I'm going to write down both of them. And of course, if you miss one negative, one little sign, and you go to graph it, it's going to be wrong, and then it'll give you 2 more to do because of that one little sign. So every little step is important. Showing every step will help you not make mistakes. So show all the work. Good so far? Subtract 7x on both sides. 2y equals -7x plus 8. Yes, no? What's wrong with this?
-2.
If this is a negative, -2y. So you can see once again how easy it is to say, oh yeah, that looks good. No, you'll get more and more problems to redo over and over until all of these little details are taken into account. Because this makes a very different line with that negative. Instead of a negative slope, it's now going to be a positive slope. The line's completely changed by one negative. So, if anything, this is not a test about your math skill level, but more about your desire to actually do everything correctly, thoroughly. again, negative 2y, negative x, minus 4. For those of you that always show work, it's nothing different. For others that never show it, it might be very frustrating because you're going to be noticing how close you are to the right answer, but not quite there. And it really just has to do with the habit of showing every little step so you don't miss one negative. Okay, so let's graph it. We got negative 4, up 7, right 2. Up 7, right 2. And now we got here, up 1, right 2. Up 1, right 2. There it is. Oops, that didn't work. Again. See, only with a straight edge are you going to get this exactly right. So our solution here is 3, 2 or 2, 3? 3, 2 or 2, 3? 2, 3. That's the final solution. All that work was just to see where they intersect.
Multiplying 7 by x minus 2y.
That comes next. I'll do that next week.
For number 2,
Yep. So number 2, somebody mentioned that these lines. Look at number 2. What do you notice about the lines? They're parallel. So the answer is where they intersect. Do these intersect?
No solution.
No solution. So you notice how we really didn't even need to graph it. I'd still like you to graph it to show me. But you can tell from what we did on our last test that, yeah, same slopes. These will not intersect. Therefore, if there's no intersection, there's no solution. And there's also a possibility where they're both the same exact line, and that would be an infinite solution since they intersect everywhere. Okay. On the back, oh, what kind of line is this? X equals 4? Vertical line, yep. We gotta know, remember that? Let's see here. What kind of line is this? Horizontal, good. Here it's in no particular order. You have to still get to be y equals. Okay, so let's just go through one more of these together, then I'll turn you guys loose to work on the rest. Once you're done with this, show it to me, and then you can start Khan Academy. I'm going to be trying to get a few people's accounts fixed. Now here's one thing you can do. You notice how we're trying to get the y by itself? We have to subtract the x and the 6. Go ahead and do both of them at the same time. It's alright if you subtract x and subtract 6 at the same time. Right. So now we have 2y equals negative x minus 6. Now it looks like something we did on the front. Good? Here you just have to divide both sides by 6. So on the back side, I left them a little bit more random, that you have to do a little more critical thinking of how do I get it equal to y. But usually in 1 step or 2 steps, it looks much more simple. On the, let's see here. Here's what you're doing on Khan Academy. So they're going to give you the equations, and then you have to probably solve it for y. You can drag one dot to the y-intercept, another, and then you just have to see where they intersect, and then put in the x and put in the y. And again, if you put in the wrong answer, it'll give you another one. Try again. There's also a thing here with a hint. If you're totally stuck and it's not working, try the hint. and they'll help you out. I guarantee if you try doing all these problems on paper and you get it right here, do not go to here and try to do it on your head. Get out a blank piece of paper, show the work just like you would on the worksheet today. Be very thorough, show every little step, so when you get here, your goal is to do only 5 of these and not to mess up at all. Go slow, show all the work, and be accurate. Okay? And then we'll have until Friday at the end of class, well technically till 4 o'clock on Friday, to do 5 of these correct in a row by yourself. Okay. Now here's the thing, we only have 20 computers. So it is okay for you guys to partner up. One of you logs in, you kind of work together on those 5. Some you guys finish, one of you finishes, log out, the other person logs in, and that person now helps you with yours. And that will get us get everybody finished. Okay. If it looks like you're not using the computers the way you should, if it's like turns into a toy, turns into, oh, I want to mess around and somebody else is waiting to finish their assignment, I take it away from you, and then you're not able to finish your work because you're not really trying to finish your work. But I'm not going to let you mess around on a computer when somebody else's grade is going to be affected by you doing or not doing your work. Okay, I think that's about it. You guys can work the rest of the period.